Yo, what is up guys? Well, today we got a battery here to review. We are talking about the GrenerPower. This is a 51.2, also known as 48 volts. It is a 100 amp hour. It has a plastic casing. And well, I opened the manuals. I even have it on the golf cart in which I purchased a older 2011 Yamaha G29. I seem to like that model a lot. And I got a great price on it. So yeah, this is how we fixed it. It came with bad batteries. It had the Duracell, the lead acid batteries. I took those out, removed all the wires, and I hooked up this one battery, in which I'm going to show you in just a second. But these are the measurements and the specifications. It is a 100 amp hour, as I said before. It has a 200 amp BMS with Bluetooth, in which there's an app that you can download and see everything from there. And this one has a peak of 400 for about 3 to 5 seconds, which is quite average. And it comes with prismatic cells, which is nice. It weighs about almost 85 pounds. And comparing it to the batteries that were in there, they were totaling about 320 pounds. We reduced the weight quite dramatically right there, guys. So the discharge rate, or the self-discharge rate, is about 3% monthly approximately. So you want to keep this battery maintained. And yeah, this is all the specs that we have for it. It is really easy to install. It came via Amazon, and you can also connect them parallel, which is cool. So yes, this is a very interesting little battery here. It is cost effective as well, which is the whole purpose of getting these batteries versus lithium. So this is the golf cart, guys. It is, like I said, a 2011 Yamaha G29. It is in great condition. It's currently dirty because I haven't been able to wash it. The weather hasn't allowed it here in Florida. But this thing was always garage kept. I believe it because of the condition. I already replaced the charging port. I went with the 110, where I can just connect an extension cord in it and start charging it. I also added right here a little display, which is I don't know, kind of weird in the sense that it doesn't really read the battery percentage very well, comparing it to the app. And by the way, if you want to see the app, it is called Shan Electric. You simply download that app, and then you're gonna see the battery on there. You link to it. Right now we have 79%. It came with approximately 49%. So I did a whole cycle already, and I've been adding some miles into this thing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like 10 miles or so. With a stock golf cart like this one right here, which only goes about 13 miles an hour, you should be able to get almost up to 50 miles in range with this one. But in reality, I would go more with about 30-35. That sounds more, like something that can happen. 50 miles is just ideal conditions. So anyways, this is the app right here. And yeah, let me show you the battery. That thing came out super clean. And this particular golf cart didn't come with rust or anything like that. I did install the charger built in, as you can tell. So if you look on the other side here, you can actually see everything with a little bit more details. And I think, guys, that at this point, a lot of you guys know how to connect these. I mean, if you're watching this video, it's because you either know about this, and even if you're starting to know about this, the connection is super easy. Once you strip everything out, if you have lights on your golf cart, you have to install a power converter like this one right here. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that, but you have to install one of these, and then you connect the red and black into the battery, and then it gets converted or reduced to 12 volts, which is what the lights required. Then we have our charger connection. We have our this is our charger connection. We have our lights. We have also the display connection as well, and of course the ones that go directly into the controller. Now I put a extension here for now. I have a wire coming in which is longer, and I believe it's a 4-gauge wire. It is better suited for this type of connection that I have on here. If everything goes well with this card, and I don't sell it, which I think this was going to happen, I have this guy locally. He buys my batteries, and in this case I offer him this golf cart, and then he's going to lend me another golf cart to install another battery that I have coming up. But anyways, to connect this, the first one that you want touching the battery terminal here is going to be your controller. Then after that, you want your charger connection that's going to be on top of the one going to the controller. And then after that, you can do your lights. And finally, at the very top of the screw, on the very top furthest away from the terminal, I have the battery meter. And that's how basically I have both of them connected for negative and positive. It's really easy, guys. I mean, it might look confusing because you see all these wires dangling around, but once you get to it, it's super easy. I also made this little bracket right here. This bracket was the one with the lead acid batteries, but I modified it. I cut the opposite side of it and I made it fit this battery. I don't know if you can see that, but I cut it here and I cut it here, and it fit it very well where the battery doesn't move anywhere. And then I attached the screws. You see it came with 3 of them, and then I had this nut right here on 3 different positions. So I used the middle one, and the battery's holding great. Instead of using those zip ties in which they don't look that great, well, I went with this method, and again, it's working great. So far, I haven't had any issues. Keep in mind that it is IP65 certified, which means that, you know, you can get it a little wet, but you don't want to abuse it either, as you have other components like the charger and the power converter as well on there. All right, so let's go for a little ride here real quick. And one of the mods, if I end up keeping this card, again, that's just a big question mark. I might do the upgrade of the Navitas motor and controller, but that is yet to be, you know, determined. I'm not sure yet, but I did it once with a Yamaha G29. It was a older 2007 model, and that thing went from going about 11 miles an hour at that time to approximately, it did about almost 33 miles an hour. It was amazing. And yeah, it made a big difference. But then at the time of selling it, which sometimes I do to try different cards, I didn't get what I really paid for. I lost a lot of money on that card. And so then I decided that it was just best to test them, do what I need to do, and then get rid of them. So yes, this particular one might be going to a gentleman that has a golf cart business. He's interested. So let's see what happens, guys. Anyways, with the GrenerPower battery, you know, it's just been a great experience so far. I haven't had any cutoffs or anything weird going on. The only thing that I found to be a little bit off, in which already happened to me once, is the voltage. It is saying that I have a full battery at about 4.3 volts. Now, I haven't tried my electric, my multimeter. I haven't tried it with that. But I think that we have maybe a similar scenario to where at full charge, it is saying 54.3, but it's supposed to be like 58 or something like that. I could be wrong. But besides that, like I said, the card is working great. You can feel that it weighs a lot less as well. The batteries that were on here, guys, they were shot. And even I felt the weight difference by just moving the cart from side to side with the old batteries, and then not having any batteries to now having a 85-pound battery or less. So that makes a big difference. You know, that's almost like a whole person that you can pull around, and the cart's not suffering because of all that weight reduction. So yes, this is very cool. You know, it's been like a hobby to me to make things work. And with this one, guys, what happened was that I got it at a very good price, and I just couldn't pass it. It was garage kept, and it was just sitting there collecting dust. As a matter of fact, it had a lot of dust. And yeah, so here it is, moving around. This one has the Hitachi motor. I think that's the factory motor still. What else can I say? Let's go ahead and open the app real quick so that maybe we can take some visuals on here and see what it's currently doing. So right now I am absorbing 20 amps out of the 200 that it can do. But what I'm going to do here briefly is show you, let's see what it can do when you take off. So this is full throttle, and that took 70 or 91, actually 91 amps out of the 200. But you can feel, you know, that it has that power on takeoff. It's really cool. I wish it could stay like that and just gain speed. But as we speak right now, this golf cart, the maximum that it goes with or without any passengers is about 13 miles an hour, which is not too fast. Some people tell me that I can unlock the controller, but I don't know. I haven't found anybody locally that can do that. Some people just don't focus on Yamaha. They focus on easy goes. They focus on club cars and not much Yamahas, guys. So yeah, I wish I could get it unlocked. That way I could go at least like 20, 23 miles an hour. That'll make it really cool. Here. All right, let's go here. And bam. A little bit of trespassing was required for that. Sometimes around these neighborhoods, people throw out stuff that is actually in great shape still. It's not that I'm a hoarder, but sometimes like I just ride the golf cart around, guys, and I find cool stuff. Sometimes tools, power tools, which is mainly what I look for. I find gas like trimmers, and sometimes all they need is the carb cleaning. I bring them home, test the compression. If they have compression, I know they will start, and so I start, you know, messing with them. And then I just give it away to family members, believe it or not. It's just, like I said, it's just a hobby. I don't know, maybe I'm aging, guys. But yeah, you see like that right there? That one is all messed up, but sometimes it's like really, really good stuff. And I usually focus, like I said, on tools and stuff like that. So having a golf cart for that purpose is really cool. So yeah, so far we just decreased on that last look that I took about 1%. We have done probably like 2 miles on the golf cart. So when you have a stock golf cart like this one and it's not modded to go faster, you're gonna get a very good range. Now with other batteries, when I had a modded golf cart, I didn't get that good of a range. I was getting, well, it was still good, but not as good as it is now. It was about between 25 to 28 miles with a modified golf cart. So that's important, guys, because many people want to know what they can get with a non-modded golf cart and a modded golf cart. That does make a huge difference. So as always, you know, if you guys ever have any questions and, you know, you need more information about these batteries, or you want me to provide any type of testing to reassure your purchase, right? Because as we know, I get sponsored with these products. They don't pay, you know, to what I have to say, but they do offer the product for testing. And I always tell them, look, if your product sucks, people will know about it. You know, either way, they will know about it, and that's how I keep, you know, you guys believing in me. You know, it is not about the free product. It's not about, you know, even getting money from these guys. If I can't retain my viewers, that doesn't make any sense. But what I can tell you is that so far with most of the batteries that I've had, if not all of them, they've been great. I mean, these are great products. It is a great way to just better your golf cart, make it more efficient, modern, reduce weight, something that requires zero maintenance. Okay, that's the big thing about these. They don't require any maintenance whatsoever, and to me that's a big deal as well. And you know, you can also add better controllers, you can add better motors, and the batteries are rated to sustain that kind of abuse. Also keep in mind that they are IP65 certified, waterproof, and the price is competitive. I mean, I seen the lead acids, each one go for about $150 a piece, and when you multiply that, depending on the voltage, whether it is 6, 8, whatever, sometimes 4, you know, you multiply that, you're paying, you know, just about the same price as this, but this has way more advantages, including that built-in charger that you can fit inside of the cabin here, so that you don't have to keep, you know, carrying that charger all around. You can charge this literally anywhere with just a simple extension. So yes, there's a lot of benefits to these batteries. This one by GrenerPower was no exception. It is great. Also keep in mind that it has a cutoff for the temperature. If it gets too cold, it'll cut off. If it gets too hot, it'll cut off as well. Me personally, right now in Florida here, we don't have that kind of weather anymore to where it gets super cold. I can't test that, but I have tested it on other batteries, and indeed they do work. With GrenerPower, I didn't have that chance, but I'll take their word for it and believe, based on the performance that I see so far, that this is a good product. With this being said, guys, let me know if you have any questions. Again, I'll do my best to answer it as soon as possible. Remember that all the links have been left down below. Please use my links. It helps me. I get some commissions out of Amazon, so it helps me a lot if you guys support me that way. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, comment, and share, and I will see you guys on my next one.